Imagine you're sitting on your couch, munching on popcorn, watching your favorite movie. Suddenly you pause the screen and look around. Everything seems normal. The couch, the walls, your phone nearby, the sound of a fan humming in the background. You remember your name, your birthday, and what you ate for breakfast. Seems like an ordinary Tuesday, right? But what if I told you there's a teeny tiny chance that none of this is real? Not like in a dream or a simulation, but
I'm a firm believer in
because
we're in a
you,
simulation.
yes
Because
you,
think about it.
might be a floating brain in space that just randomly popped into existence, complete with fake memories, fake senses, and a fake bowl of popcorn. That's right. You might be what scientists call a Boltzmann brain.
So Boltzmann brain is
Now, I know what you're thinking.
living
What kind of
brain,
science
basically.
fiction plot twist is this? But hang on, because this idea, while it sounds totally bonkers, actually comes from real physics. Before we get to the weird stuff, let's rewind a bit. Most of us like to think the world makes sense. You wake up, go to school, or work, hang out with friends, binge your favorite shows, eat too many snacks, go to sleep.
So your
And
brain
repeat.
has memories.
We believe in cause and
everything.
effect. Things happen because something caused them to happen. The sun rises because the earth spins. You're tired because you stayed up watching videos. Everything follows a chain. That's how life works. But here's where things get strange. In science, especially in physics, there's a sneaky little thing called entropy. It's the idea that things tend to go from order to disorder. For example, it's way easier to break a glass than to put it back together. Your room naturally gets messy unless you put in effort to clean it. That's entropy in action. Over time, the universe tends to get more random and more chaotic. But here's the weird part. Some physicists started wondering, if the universe is always moving toward disorder, then why is it so ordered now? Why are we here
Everything's been
on a planet
disordered
with
for a
structure,
while now.
stars that shine, and brains that think? Why not just complete chaos? Enter Ludwig Boltzmann. He was a physicist back in the 1800s, and he had a bold idea. He suggested that maybe we live in a moment of order that just randomly happened in a sea of chaos. Like, imagine a giant cosmic soup that's mostly a jumbled mess, but every once in a while, by pure chance, something orderly appears. Kind of like stirring a bowl of alphabet soup and accidentally spelling out your full name. Not likely, but not impossible either. Now here's where it gets.
It is so strange to think about. Everything could come true, just a lot of things doesn't.
Super
You
strange.
could wake
If we
up
accept Boltzmann's
and just die.
idea, then in an infinite universe, the most likely things to appear out of chaos are not entire galaxies or planets or civilizations. They are tiny, short-lived structures. And what's the simplest thing that could pop into existence just for a moment, experience a few thoughts, and then dissolve back into randomness? A single brain. Yep, a brain, floating in space, surrounded by nothing, just zapped into existence for a second, with a full set of memories, thinking it's alive, thinking it's watching a movie on a couch, but actually,
So you're not in a simulation. It's just like it's not real
it's not.
in the
It
sense.
never lived a life. It just thinks it did. That, my friend, is a Boltzmann brain. So, now, before you spiral into an existential crisis, take a breath. Most scientists do not think we are Boltzmann brains. In fact, if we were, we probably would not be talking about Boltzmann brains, because the odds of that much consistency in our experiences would be super low. But still, this idea opens up a big, weird question. How do we know what is real? Think about it. We trust our senses. We believe our memories. But what if those things could be faked? The Boltzmann brain concept challenges the very foundation of how we understand the world. It's like a cosmic prank, poking at the limits of reason. But why does this idea even matter? Why do physicists bother thinking about floating brains in the first place? It matters.
It kind of matters because, like, it's cool to think about.
Because of what it says about our universe and the theories we use to describe it. If a scientific theory predicts that it's more likely for Boltzmann brains to exist than for real people like us to evolve naturally, then that theory might be flawed. It might be missing something. So, scientists use the Boltzmann brain idea not because they believe it's true, but because it's a way to test if our models of the universe make sense. Let me give you an example. Imagine a theory that says the universe will expand forever and get colder and emptier as time goes on. That's not too crazy. We actually have strong evidence that this
So, like, the universe, if there's a star that collapses, there's a star that appears.
is happening. But if the universe goes on forever and randomness keeps happening, then eventually Boltzmann brains might start popping up. And if they start popping up more often than real humans did in the past, then statistically, we should be one of them, which feels wrong. So, scientists use this strange prediction to challenge those theories. If your theory leads to a universe full of lonely space brains with fake lives, then maybe we need a better theory, one that explains why we see what we see and why it